Hey, since I went on and on about the weakness of yellow, I wanted to show you an example of how to mix a well in an actual well. Um, as you know, you took a Sharpie and you labeled it yellow-orange right there on that tiny little edge. Um, and I told you that the reason we have two tubes of yellow is it just gets eaten up. This is what I end up with in every class. A slew of yellows that are empty in a drawer filled with reds and blues and blacks that go on and on for days. But this is what we end up with. Endless yellows. Now, when the tube looks like this and it's smushed and it's light and you feel like, oh, that's all over, take off the top. If it's old, I always use a plier, but these are not probably going to do that. And then if you squeeze ever so slowly from the bottom, like serious hardcore toothpaste, trying to get the dregs out. It looks like this is out and you could throw it out, but I can always get more out of this stuff. And in fact, you can use the plier here and turn it and squeeze with a tool or a needle nose or whatever, and it squirts right out at the end. Same thing with acrylic, but see, I'm maneuvering this amount up. And if it dries out inside, well, that probably won't happen to you because it's new. But we always find a way to cut it open and use it anyway. But all right, I'm getting up to the top. You can see there's a little tiny opportunity here. Okay, then I start to go this way. And then it starts to come out of there. Never mind, that's a dried out one. It's been around for a few years. And then this one's tight with a plier. This one's opening. But that's what I mean. It's like, this is just the deal with yellow. All right, let's see if I can get this one. Oh, there it goes. See, there's something in there. So I'm going to really get it in there. See, there's quite a bit. And I don't want to turn it yet because there's still more here. But when you start to use up your first tube on the setup, really see what you can get. And then push it at the end and turn it. It's like you have to use all your strength, but it still gets more. All right. Okay. So I wanted to show you, and I'm saving this one, even though it's dried out. I'll use it later. But this one is pretty much fried. I mean, I really nailed it. I got it from here all the way. So that one's done. So I wanted to show you literally what I meant by how to make yellow green and how to make yellow orange. Now, yellow already looks sort of orangey because it's a cadmium yellow medium. We use a warm yellow. If you do cadmium yellow light, it's lemony. If you do cadmium yellow deep, it's basically full-on orange. So this is a warm yellow. It's already warm. But then we take our red, cadmium red medium. If I'm going to make yellow orange, this is literally, like I said on the thing. See, oh, it just squirted out. This happens a lot in transit. It just squirts out. So you don't want to put that whole accidental thing in. What you do is take the extra and go put it in your red well, wherever that is, so that you don't waste it. But whatever's on my finger is probably enough for this whole deal. Because I told you it was like a dot, you know. I don't want to overdo. If I overdo, I'm going to end up having to go scavenge for some yellow. Alright, so I got enough. I got a tiny smear from my finger. That's not even a dot, it's a smear. And I'm going to integrate this into here. That tiny bit of red. That tiny bit of red has already created a yellow-orange. So that gives you some semblance of what you're doing. And you know what, this is the back of a pencil, and again, like, you can use the back of the brush, but you got to keep going like this until there's no streaks. And most likely this should be enough for the whole semester. If you have to, you can add more on top of that. You can even add the wet on top of the dry. Not wet water, but wet from the tube. So that's a good yellow-orange right there. And I just wanted to show you the actual, you know, process on the palette.